What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing great. And I am just going through a mountain, Wisconsin. I'm in Nelligan Lake National Forest, and I'm looking for a dispersed campsite. Now, in this video, I want to just go overland camping. It's been a while since I did an overland camping video. And I'm gonna do a little twist to it. I'm gonna show the reality that a lot of people have experienced showing up late at night. Sometimes you get out here later in the day and you're trying to find your favorite site. You drive out into the woods about a mile and somebody's already there. And that just happened to me. I was just in Lakewood. I was just north of Lakewood. I was at Turtle Lake and drove back about a mile back into the woods and there was someone there. And like I usually do, I just turn around and leave. I want to give people that solitude, but it just shows that y'all are checking out these videos of these dispersed campsites and you guys are taking advantage of this camping, so it makes me happy. But right now it's almost 10 o'clock and I'm just gonna try to make my way to another location that I like. Hopefully there's no one here or else I'm gonna be driving a little bit more. But this is the reality of dispersed camping in the summer, later in the evening, trying to get that mad dash to get to those sites before everybody else gets there and they fill up. So let's go do some dispersed camping in the Scramble National Forest. All right, just gonna warm up a little bit before I go to bed, but found a site. This right here is Nelligan Lake dispersed campsite. There's about 3 more sites across the road in the woods back there, and right down the road is the boat launch. And this lake is actually really good for fishing. If you got a boat and you like boat fishing, that's a good place to go. It's right by Crooked Lake, just east of Mountain, Wisconsin. And I kind of figured there'd be an open spot here, and I'm glad we found one. Tomorrow, we're gonna get up and we're gonna go overland to another location. I just wanna go and see if I throw my kayak out in one of these little lakes and see if there's anything in them, and just kind of show you if any of these other dispersed campsite locations have fish by them. So tomorrow we'll do that. Tonight, I'm gonna go and get some sleep. Just beat driving around trying to find some sites that I wanted to go to that were filled. So that's the reality of getting up here late at night. If you've experienced it, jump in the comments. I'm sure everybody's got a story of when they showed up as something that crazy happened. I definitely have a couple stories that I could tell. So I'm going to bed. I'll see y'all in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everyone. It got cold last night. It was in the mid 40s. It literally dropped down. And it was 80 yesterday. So that's something to be aware of. If you are not from this area, if you're not used to really coming out here and doing this type of camping, make sure you have extra clothing. Make sure you bring not just clothing, but just extra water, extra everything, because you don't know what the situation is going to bring. And so, like I said, this morning it got really cold. And a lot of times I don't want to get out of the back of the truck, but my body says different and pushes me out and says, you know, it's pretty much like clockwork. It says time to go to the bathroom. So I got out, and the bathrooms here at these dispersed sites, they usually have a sign. It'll say toilet. It'll show an arrow a little distance down into the woods. Usually you'll find a little vault, either vault toilet, or sometimes they have the actual standing building toilets out here. Most of them, they're not flush toilets, but some of them provide privacy, some of them don't. This morning, the one here at Nelligan Lake, it did not have any privacy here at the site. And so just kind of sat out there and just listened to the birds wake up, listen to the wildlife wake up, and just ignore the fact that I'm sitting out there wide out, you know, in the open. So those are kind of the bathrooms, and I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to enjoy the fire a little bit, listen to some of the wildlife, watch the news on my phone, and pack up. I'm going to go to another site that's a few miles down the road. I want to check out that lake, maybe put my kayak out there, maybe stay there tonight. So good morning, everyone. All right, it's kind of cool. Let's check out. There's a deer right here. See it just eating over there? There's a deer right there. It's just so used to humans. So you can see it's just eating. There it goes. So that's what's kind of cool about being out here is the wildlife. They're used to human interaction and they're not really spooked by people being out here because people don't really bother them. All right, so it just left Bear Paw Lake, and it was actually really cool to kind of park and walk up to the bathroom and have a deer standing right there. It was kind of cool, and it wasn't really that spooked. But Bear Paw Lake, the boat launch right there is where you're going to pay. It's a fee area. It's for the dispersed sites at Farr Lake and the ones right by Bear Paw. So if you don't want to go all the way out in the woods, you can just camp right along the road right by Bear Paw. Plenty of dispersed sites, and as you saw, there were some people that were actually camped there. Half the sites were full, so it's good to see some people out there enjoying the outdoors. But I'm on my way to Farr Lake. I paid for the night. Hopefully no one's here. If there's somebody here, I'm just going to be out a couple bucks, I guess. I'll just chalk it up as a donation to the U.S. Forest Service. And that is kind of the reality of dispersed camping out here. You don't know if someone's going to be at those sites. You can't reserve them. So it's just kind of hope and pray that nobody's there. And the other thing you can do is just pull up, set up camp, and then drive back to the fee station if you need to. But that's the reality of it. And we're gonna make our way to Farr Lake. Let's go see if anybody's here. Hopefully there isn't. Oh, perfect. So nobody's here right now, so I'm gonna set up camp. I'll show you. This is Farr Lake Dispersed. Popular dispersed campsite. Come along with me. I'm gonna go down by the lake. Just had breakfast, made some breakfast, and I'm gonna show you the lake. And then we're gonna get our fishing stuff into the kayak and get out there. But let's check it out real quick. This right here is Farr Lake. Not a big place, but once you get out of the lily pads, I'm sure it's gonna be perfect. So we'll take the kayak out. That's my kayak right there. And we'll get our fishing stuff and we'll make our way out on the lake. All right, so we're out on the water doing some paddling, and I just want to cover a couple things. First of all, if you're coming out here, whether you're on a boat, you're on a kayak, or whatever you're taking out, make sure you have a life jacket. I don't have one on. Foolish thing to do. You should have one. The first thing you should be doing is looking at safety, and I'm not too far off from shore, so hopefully I don't fall over. But the other thing is I always have a bag. As you can see, I have this for my phone. I didn't bring any other dry bags, but people are asking, how do you get that drone footage? Well, take my drone out of the bag and launch it. I have insurance on it. If it goes in the water, I'll have to get a replacement, but it's happened a few times, so I kind of learned a trick to not having that happen. So that's how my drone footage is obtained. By doing that, for batteries and things in here. And then I have this whole bag right here tied off to my kayak, just in case. Other than that, let's do some paddling. Try some fishing. Let's see if we can catch anything. I'm gonna set the sonar up. All right, so it looks like there's some fish here, but It's the middle of the day, so I'm probably not going to catch anything right now. I'll have to come back out maybe this evening and see if there's anything. I didn't get to Farr Lake until it was probably 9:30 or 10. So it's kind of late in the day. I'll have to come back, but there are some markings on the sonar, and I know it's kind of difficult to see it from here, but it's actually showing some markings of fish. So we'll have to come back out here. One more thing, somebody loves somebody enough to carve this into the side of the tree. I mean, that's really straight lines and everything like that. But now you're vandalizing, destroying a tree. This tree is probably 80 years old. And you wrecked it for this audience right here. That's who's actually seeing this. If you want to profess your love to someone, tell them in person. Go on social media. Heck, get a tattoo if you want to do it for the long run. Just don't destroy a tree. Because when the Forest Service comes out here and starts seeing these places destroyed, they're just going to shut the road down. You're not going to even be able to come out here. So don't wreck it for everyone else. Profess your love in a different way. Thanks again, everyone, for coming along on another overlanding adventure. I just wanted to come out and do a little dispersed camping in the Nelligan National Forest in the summer when it's a lot busier. And I also want to come out here a little later in the day because I know that if some people have come out here later and experienced showing up at your favorite site only to have it taken by someone else, and it's very frustrating. Not an issue. There's so many different dispersed sites out here in the National Forest. And we found one over at Nelligan Lake. We were able to go to sleep, woke up in the morning, came over here to Farr Lake, and did a little kayaking, kind of hung out by the lake, did some homework, and just relaxed over by the campsite. Now, if you are looking at coming out here, you can either go to my other videos and check out all the other dispersed campsites in this area if you want any more information on them, or you can go to U.S. Forest Service website, follow the link in the description, and you can get more information from them. Make sure that you continue to follow my channel, comment on this video, tell me and everyone else your experience of showing up late to a campsite or just any other camping experience you may have had. Make sure you like the channel, make sure you like this video, and I hope I see you on the next adventure.